I visited Louisville, Kentucky on June 26th and 27th, 2021. Just for the record, I didn't see any cousins kissing each other and I didn't see anyone with missing teeth. Nonetheless, I split up the city and Jefferson County into 13 sections where I'll be able to show the entire city within a series of just over a dozen videos. In this series of videos, you'll see all of the good and all of the bad. So why not share a fifth of bourbon with your best bud or gal and come along to see the entire city of Louisville, Kentucky. What is up, guys? If you're new to this channel, make sure you check the link down below. It shows you an interactive map on all the places that I've made videos on so far. All you have to do is click on the link to the map, and then you can click on a pin which will take you to a link of said place. I begin the video at E.P. Tom Sawyer State Park, which seems like it has some nice facilities like this activity center. It has some hiking trails, so that's nice too, just don't bring your headphones and start singing and headbanging along to some screamo or people will think you're on drugs. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, as doing all of those things helps these videos destroy the evil monster that is the YouTube algorithm. Also make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy checking out some of the featured playlists on this channel. Videos with amazing insights on other places like what you see here can be found in my Louisville playlist or in my Kentucky playlist. Last but not least, if you can't get enough of me on here, you can always go follow me on my other social media accounts, and those links are below. Also, if you're here to only see the richest zip code in Kentucky, like the title suggests, I have timestamps down below for when I go through that part and for when I go through other places of note throughout this video. So, make sure you check out the timestamps if you so wish. The area of the city that I go through in this video is bounded by LaGrange Road to the south and the Watterson Expressway to the west. As you could probably guess by the title, this part of the Louisville area is very wealthy and there are seemingly more home rule class cities in this part of Jefferson County than in any other video that I've made on Louisville. The dozens of small cities can confuse people who are not from the area, as it did to me while editing this video. For example, most metro areas will have a large principal city and then it will be surrounded by decently sized suburbs. There's a few other metro areas that are kind of like Louisville where there's a ton of small cities scattered around, but from what I can tell, the eastern side of Jefferson County has a higher concentration of these smaller home rule class cities, and maybe that has something to do with this part of town historically being the wealthy side of town. Maybe the people with money back in the day wanted to separate themselves from the city of Louisville and did so in theory by incorporating their residential neighborhood as its own city to avoid annexation from Louisville. Back in the day, and even still today, the city of Louisville had extremely high taxes, and people would like to avoid those high taxes by settling in areas outside of the city limits, and as the area grew, the city of Louisville would try to annex all of the land that it could, but if a neighborhood could incorporate itself as its own city, that would make it harder for Louisville to annex that small chunk of land. In 2003, Louisville annexed all of the remaining unincorporated land within Jefferson County. With that said, you have this weird reality where you could be driving down Westport Road, like we will later in the video, and within a 6-mile stretch, you will have gone through 10 different cities, with half of those cities being home to less than 1,000 people. You can think of these smaller, home rule class cities as residential subdivisions, as that's what they would be considered as in most other metro areas. Enough of that chatter, as we can talk more about that later. This is the Kentucky Truck Assembly Plant owned by the Ford Motor Company. The plant opened in 1969 and is over 4.5 million square feet. According to a July 2021 article by Louisville's main newspaper, the Courier-Journal, the Ford Motor Company has around 12,500 employees in all of Kentuckiana, which makes it the fourth largest employer in the region. This isn't Ford's only facility in Louisville, as there's another Ford facility that's down by the airport. This facility here on the northeast side employs approximately 9,000 employees. Vehicles that are made at the Kentucky truck assembly plant include the Ford Super Duty trucks, not the Ford F-150, which is the top-selling vehicle in all of the US, but instead the F-250, the F-350, the F-450, and the F-550. If you own any of those Super Duty models from 1998 and up, those trucks were assembled right here. Other vehicles made here include the Ford Expedition and the Lincoln Navigator. If you own either of those vehicles from 2009 and up, this was the assembly plant that your car was made at. In the past, the Ford Excursion was made here, which existed in the US from 2000 to 2005, and Ford used to make school buses through what they called the B Series from 1948 to 1998 at this facility. And just for fun, the vehicles that are made at the other Ford plant in town close to the airport include the Ford Escape and the Lincoln Corsair. Along with the giant Ford plants, you also have other industries in this part, including some car part manufacturers, which makes sense, and you also have some other things like deco paper products and, I don't know, some other things. Up ahead, we make a right turn as we start to come across some of these weird, tiny home rule class cities. The only way that you'll be able to tell that we come in and out of these different cities is by the location reference at the bottom of the screen, as there are no other visual cues. I'm not so sure that most people who live here know when they enter and exit the Louisville city limits between all of these tiny home rule class cities. I mean, some of them have these welcome signs as you enter the city or neighborhood, but you don't always know when you exit. Worthington Hills. That's where I want to be. Yeah. This place is tiny. Not as tiny as some others, but there's about 1,400 people who live here. The city was incorporated in 1980, and there's not much else to say. It's obviously an upper middle class neighborhood that might as well be thrown into the city limits of Louisville, but they wanted to be a separate municipality, I guess. And right around here we go back into the city limits of Louisville, and you would never know by just looking around. A few people here literally have next door neighbors that are in completely different cities. Weird. And to the left, not for long, is the city of Fincastle, Kentucky, home to only 800 people. Another small home rule class city is to the right, and it's the city of Coldstream, Kentucky, which is home to just over 1,000 residents. I wonder if people who live in these small little home rule class cities say that they're from Coldstream, or do they say that they're from Louisville? They probably just say Louisville in order to avoid any kind of long explanation to explain to somebody where their city is. Maybe I'm wrong though, who knows? As I turn here, I am now in Oldham County, which is one of the fastest growing counties in all of Kentucky. It's home to 67,000 people as of the 2020 U.S. Census, and it makes sense that this is one of the fastest growing counties as it's to the northeast of Jefferson County and it's close to all of the wealthy areas of Louisville. It's basically an extension of the wealthy suburban expansion that heads northeast from Louisville. It also has Interstate 71 crossing through the heart of the county, which gives it an easier commute to wherever it is that one would need to go in the Louisville area. Even though it might look like we're within some kind of suburb city limits, we're technically not in any city limits. We'll soon be in the Louisville city limits again, but just like other times, you won't be able to tell when we enter. We are in the 40059 zip code, however, which is the wealthiest zip code in Kentucky. This zip code is an odd one with how it's laid out, as half of it is in Jefferson County while the other half of it is in Oldham County. According to niche.com, the zip code is home to nearly 20,000 residents, and the median household income is well into the six-figure range. 70% of adults 25 and older hold a bachelor's degree or higher, and the median value of owner-occupied housing units is $447,000. The poverty rate is as low as 0.8%. The zip code is associated with the city of Prospect, which I didn't go through in this video, even though it's within the section of Jefferson County that I drew out. Maybe I can get Prospect in a future video if this video gets 1,000 likes. So if you want to see Prospect, Kentucky, like it up, people. Now, this is a unique suburban community which is called Norton Commons. It's like a city built within a city. I'm surprised that Norton Commons didn't incorporate itself as its own home rule class city based off of the rest of how this area is. This subdivision was built starting around 2005, and all of the homes here look really nice. You even have a downtown area with shops and restaurants along with a town square-like setting smack dab in the middle of everything. For the next several minutes, it will look like we're out in the sticks, but we're still going to be within the Louisville city limits. As you can imagine, there's several really nice homes packed within this patch of woods that we're about to head through. I mean, it is Kentucky's richest zip code.
It's easier to stay here, safe and not familiar. Sometimes it's hard to go. I feel a little nervous, put on a bit of courage. It's time to spread my wings and go into the wild, into the wild I go. It's a beautiful venture. off my shoulders. I'm daring and I'm bold. The way ahead is open. Oh, oh, oh. Why it's only the beginning. I'm feeling like I'm home free. I spread my wings and go. Oh, 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 oh. Into the wild. Into the wild I go. It's a beautiful venture. Leaving the world I've known. I wanna break free. I wanna dive deep into where I've never been. I wanna fly high. Yeah.
As the location reference down below says, Green Spring is to the left, Prospect is to the right. Prospect is larger, has around 5,000 people. Green Spring to the left is very tiny, not even worth mentioning how many people live there.
Into the wild, into the wild I go. It's a beautiful venture, leaving the world unknown. I wanna break free, I wanna dive deep into where I've never been. I wanna fly high, yeah. Into the wild.
At this point, we're getting pretty close to the Ohio River. The road up ahead will change names to River Road, and then it will soon bend to head southwest as it will parallel the river. We entered Glenview a little while back, but this seems like more of a grand entrance. This is the city of Glenview. It covers a large area, but it's mostly woods with narrow, windy roads that cut through, and you have these huge houses hidden within the woods. It's home to an incredibly small amount of people, only 560 to be exact, but with that said, Niche.com says that the median home value is $731,000 and that the median household income is $250,000. Keep in mind, though, that only 560 people live here, so it's a lot easier for those stats to look that way. To the right is Glenview Hills, which is home to only 300 people. It doesn't border Glenview, as there's a small strip of land that belongs to Louisville in between Glenview and Glenview Hills. We just drove through that strip on Brittany Valley Road. I don't get it, people. Louisville is weird. This is Glenview Manor, which is home to only 200 people. And just like that, we're in Northfield, home to only 1,000 people. And we're back in Louisville, but not for long. This is Greymoor-Devondale, which is home to actually a decent amount of people. Compared to the rest, it's home to 2,800 people. People? To the right is Westport Middle School, in which Niche.com only gives it a C. That's odd as it's in a wealthy area of town, and most schools in wealthy areas of places have higher ratings. On the flip side, user ratings are really high, as it's 4.5 out of 5 on Niche.com, so at least there's that. So this stretch of Westport Road is weird. We've already been through 3 cities and now 5. Linden was to the right back there, and Louisville was to the left, and before that it was Greymoor-Devondale, and now it's Plantation Briarwood. No wait, actually Westwood now, because I blinked and missed it. This is crazy. Let's check out Westwood. Why not? Westwood appears to be home to only 600 people, and to nobody's surprise, it appears as nothing more than just a suburban residential neighborhood. What a shock. People. And now we're in Rolling Hills, the grand city of Rolling Hills, home to 900 people. People. Oh hey, we're actually in the city limits of Louisville right now, and we're actually going to be in the city limits of Louisville for quite some time, but that's only because I'm making all these turns to where I just happen to stay in Louisville. If I were to continue heading straight on this road, I would have been in more cities. Lastly, I passed by Kentucky Country Day School, which is obviously a private K-12 school. The campus covers over 80 acres and was established in 1972. Among the most notable alumni include screenwriter, actor, and movie director Stephen Gagin, model and actress Catherine McCord, and Will Smith. No, not the actor Will Smith, but the one who plays catcher for the LA Dodgers. Come on, people, get it right. Nonetheless, I do end the video here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, as doing all of those things helps these videos destroy the evil monster that is the YouTube algorithm. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy checking out some of the featured playlists on this channel. Videos on other places like what you see here can be found in my Kentucky playlist or in my Louisville playlist. Last but not least, if you can't get enough of me on here, you can always go follow me on my other social media accounts, and those links are below. We'll see you next time. Peace!